Hello, this is Yasser again. So in this course or on this lecture, we are going to know some details on the second type we have which is the functions. So as we have seen before, we can create the function by right click on the blocks and then insert new object, and then you can click on function. And it's usually being created by FC, and this is a standard way of naming. So you can't change that name, but you can change the symbolic name. So we already created one before, which is test2. So we can create another one which can name it by test3. So what is this one is already been used, test3 and test4. So we can say, you see here this thread because it's already been used, so we can rename it by test5. What is the function? The function is the container that usually you write your code in, your program in. So for example, we have here test2 and test5. So this test2 can be some process area, can be, for example, we can write the code. For example, if you're working in a water treatment plant, so function 2 or FC2 can be the inlet work. test5 we can write the code or the program of the bioreactor, and you can easily change the name by right click, object property, because it's already open, so I'll close the function first to be able to edit it. So right click, object properties, and then I click, instead of test2 I can say inlet, and for FC2 instead of test5 I can rename it as bioreactor, and so on. So you write the code or the program of the inlet work inside here. So you can write in any language. You can write in ladder, statement list, function block diagram. So let's say we write in ladder. So if you click here on that network, we can say here this is the inlet work. So we can say here this is inlet. I will write here in the code of the inlet pump. Okay, and then we write here, if you have I'll just say M3.5, it will have M3.7 to 3.5. if you have, I'll just edit the sample of 3.5 and make it so if you have a high level, you will run the pump. So I will just say high level. So if you have high level, just run the pump. Edit samples. I'll just name that tag M3.7 as pump command. So if you have high level, so just run the pump, and so on. And then you can create another network and write another code inside that network, and you can change the type you write in here. If you want to write it in function block diagram, just here and just say and or and whatever equals. So if this and this or that one, you will have that one. So, and you keep continuing adding more network. Each one has specific function. This is the inlet pump. This is, say, let's say temperature control. We can say here this is pump control. Anything you write in here. So this is the function, either the main program or the main code you write in for your programming. One more thing, when you write a function, to have this function running, you can't run the function unless you call this function in in the main, usually it's being called in the main OB, as we discussed before. The OB1 in the main OB, this is the one which you usually used for calling all the program. So once you created your code in FC, so you go in OP and just you can create a network here, a new network, and just say put this one here. So I just say FC1. So that means I will call FC1. So I'll make FC1 running at speed of the scan cycle of the PLC. So usually how to write a code. So first you create a function from the block, right click, function, insert new object, function. You name the function if you want for more description. This is the engine, this is the bioreactor, and then you write the code you want inside this function, and then don't forget to call that function in the OB to make it running. If you write the code and you didn't call it here, so that means that function or that program will not be running. So you have to call it here. Very brief introduction on how to write the code or the program. We will go in more details in next lectures, but this is just illustration for what the differences between each types of object we have on Siemens S7. Thank you.